Well, hello. Welcome back to Lindsay's Builds. Yeah, Mad Doc's back. So, we're going to carry on with this Necron thing. So, let's just go into the comments. So, I think today I'll do a bit of painting today, a bit of base painting on the monoliths. And once we've got them done, then I'll carry on with that last figure, I think it is. So going to the chat, we've got Mum and Son Train Rail fans in. She says, good morning, Lindsay. Good morning there, Tammy. How are you? Hope Ray's good and the rest of the family. And then little puppies. We've got David Markey in, and it says, afternoon, Lindsay. Afternoon, David Markey. Welcome in. We've got Sprue and Glue. It says, hi, Lindsay, chat. Hiya, Tammy and Ray, and puppies. David Markey says, afternoon, folks. He also says, hello, Tammy and Ray. David Markey says, hello, David. Sprue and Glue says, hi, David. So that is the chat at the moment, because JC is still live at the moment. So, So we'll go down cameras. And right, which one is it? It's got to be that one. There we go. So there we go. So I'm gonna do a bit of painting on this. So what we're going to do, we're going to no, I can't paint this because I haven't primed it. So we'll have to go to making the figures. I forgot all about that. So we'll carry on with these Canaptech wraiths. Swap the camera. I don't really want to just base paint them. I want to prime them. So we'll carry on with the last figure then, shall we? Need to move that out of the way. When I can get into the box, like Mum and Son says hi, Sprue, and she also says hi, David. Hair is only just left, so, and then I've got a phone call back on 2 o'clock, as per usual. Okay, right. So where we go? Where are we? I've got a bench full of stuff, and so I had the whole of the weekend chilling without doing any live streaming, just doing some chill out time, just working at the bench by myself. Mum and Son says, puppies are driving me nuts. Oh dear. Oh dear, Tammy. Yeah, they'll be really boisterous for a year, won't they? Have you still got them all, or did you manage to rehome some of them? 24, 25. So we'll be here for about an hour and a half, as usual, depending. I shan't go no more than an hour and a half. Not unless somebody comes in and joins me. Okay. So oh God, it feels really strange streaming. I haven't done any streaming since last Wednesday, I think. sure it was last Wednesday. Like streaming all over again for the first time. Mum and son says, yes, have them all till the 12th. When I get them their first shots, then 5 will be going to their forever homes. We are keeping 3. Oh, wow. Keeping 3 of them. I did enjoy watching that video of Ray blowing out his candles for his birthday. I hope he had a great birthday. Yeah, all weekend I've been working on a Lost in Space figure, which is from the Netflix series, The Robot. So just got the detail to pull out of it now, and then it'll be done. Quite enjoyed in doing it, actually. Really enjoyed it. Just sitting there at the bench. No YouTube. Just like the old days before I came on YouTube. Mum and son says, it's good you took a break. Yeah, I needed it, to be honest, Tammy. Mum and son said he had a great birthday, friends from near and wished him a happy birthday. Mum and son says, I loved that show. Give you a sneak peek what I've been working on all weekend in a little while. Gonna miss my daughter this week because she's away on holiday. She's gone for 5 days. Won't be the same without her. The buzzing around the house at 100 miles an hour. Bless her heart. She works hard, so she needs a break. Nice little holiday. She's gone with her friend. They haven't gone abroad. They've gone to Edinburgh, Scotland, for 5 days. Okay. Sperm Glue says, it was nice to see you all have fun. Mum and son says, thanks, Prue. Okay. Carer was very early than today. They were late this morning and early this afternoon. It's worked out fine for me, really. Then I'll get no disturbances through my live stream. So. Hopefully, anyway. Rox is curled up on the bed, chilling, watching Daddy. And yeah, she's frowning at me. Bless her heart. Okay, what's next? Okay, so that's that bit. Next piece, 26 and 27. It's 27. Mum and son says, we moved our clocks back an hour on Saturday, trying to get the brain used to it. Yeah, it takes some getting used to, doesn't it? Spoon Glue says, Lindsay, your phone ain't rung yet. Laugh out loud. It did, right smack on 2 o'clock. Usual person. Mum and son says, Sprue, laugh out loud. It's already rang, mate. I think you know who I mean, Sprue. So, probably take a while for people to realise I'm here. Not sure whether JC's finished yet. He was just doing his whatchamacallit, where he shows all different builds. The website thing. So hopefully people will come across when he's finished. Sprue and Glue says, yep, he knows. Mum and Son says, hopefully we get our heat fixed this week. It's been chilly, and next week lows in the 30s. Oh, wow, you really need to get that fixed before that winter gets in. She also says, all depends if we have the money. We are 500 short. Oh, wow. Wow, Tommy. Don't you have no log fireplaces, Tammy, in the building? Or is it a no smokeless zone where you are? Sprue and Glue says, Tammy, I think you should do a GoFundMe thingy. She also says, no, we have no fireplace. Oh, wow. It's the only snag with heating systems that break down, and it's just like, oh, wow, what am I going to do now? I'm lucky because Mine is covered by the people who own the house, so if it goes wrong, they just send somebody in to fix it. Don't cost me anything. So I'm very lucky there. They always, I've had it break down in the past. It always breaks down in the winter, doesn't it? And then they take nearly 2 weeks to come and fix it. So you're burning your electricity away with electric heaters. Okay, that's that bit done. That's the second bit. Mum and son says, no, Philip does not want to do that. We were hoping we have it after his check last Friday, but we were 500 short after paying our bills. Sprue and Glue says, Lindsay, American houses are made of wood. It would only keep them warm for an hour. Wow, you're cruel. He's cruel, isn't he, Tammy? 20. And 21. Where are you? There he is. There's 4 people in. Tammy says, our house is brick and wood. Very true, Sprue. Thank God our house was built in 1962. The new houses are paper thin. Ooh. Can't beat the old houses, isn't it, Tammy? We're like that here. The newer houses are just like you say, they're literally paper thin. I mean, this house I'm in is a ex-council house. These were built in 1972, 73, I think these were. And the outside walls were, they made kind of like wood things, wood cavity things. Then they put them all together and then they poured all concrete in them. So all the walls were all, the outside walls were all concrete and breeze block. And all the inside walls were all that Paramount petitioning stuff, if you know what I mean. It's a big house, don't get me wrong. It's a big house for an ex-council house. It's very big. But yeah, it has its drawbacks in the winter because the outside walls are concrete. It's got that cladding stuff on the outside that did that 5 years ago, but yeah, it doesn't really work. Okay, so that's that bit. So we're going to put 22, 23 together. Sprue and Glue says, Tammy, what about throwing a housewarming party? Laughing his head off. Mum says, Sprue, sure, next summer. And they're both laughing. Tammy says, okay, puppies calling pee and poop time. Okay then, Tammy. No worries, Libby. Uh, 22, 23. Mm, 22. It's really a dreary day here. Horrible. It's windy, wet. It's not too cold though. That's the main thing. Apple says, morning, Tammy and puppies. Welcome in, Apple. Nice to see you. We've got JC Bricks and Builds in. It says, afternoon, Lindsay, and all in Jutterland. Welcome in, JC. David Markey says, hello, Apple. Apple says, 14C, cloudy but dry up my way. Sprue and Glue says, hi, Apple. Apple says, hi, David M. and Sprue. Oh, that dog, it has gone and done it. Gaseous. It should shake its booty outside, I think, instead of making smells in here. David Markey says, hello, JC. Panzer Cat's in. Welcome in, Panzer. And he says, meow. David Markey says, hello, Alicia. David Markey says, hello, Panzer. And we've got Mr. Dorcosaurus in, the man with his coffee and his pants. And he says, I'm here too. Hello. Welcome in, Dorca. Apple says, is the laughing putty tat following the birdseed? David Markey says, hello, William. Sprue and Glue says, hi, Panzer. I hope you on the mend. Panzer says, I just joined as Roxy has dropped one. Yes. Apple says, hi, Dorca. JC Bricks and Build says, hi, Sprue. Just lost myself in the chat. JC Bricks and Build says, hi, David. Panzer Cat says, hi, Sprue. Sprue and Glue says, hi, Dorca. It's because the chat moved. Kind of went a bit fuzzy as it went on. I think this old man here is going blind, I think. Panzer Cat says hi, David. Panzer says hi, JC. Panzer says hi, Dorker. JC Bricks and Build says hi, Panzer. It's the Panzer. Stop that together for a minute. And Panzer Cat says, and hi, Lindsay. Hi, Lindsay. Hi there, Panzer. Meow. 9 people in. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, guys. Raggy says hello too. Raggy Jr. He says, hello there, people. Okay, so I need number 19. So, should we have a little belly and bench? So, what's in your belly? What's your choice of beverage? What did you eat this morning's? Mr. Mad Dog had 3 rounds of toast and marmalade, and a cup of tea, and he's got some Necrons on his bench. The bad guys. The bad guys. Panzer Cat says, hi, Raggy Jr. Now Raggy says hi back. Okay, Spur and Glue says speeder, coffee, and nothings. Panzer Cat says I had brunch of eggy bread and a mug of coffee. Apple says breakfast, unsmoked back bacon and eggs sarnies with iced coffee and meds. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Yeah, bacon. Panzer Cat says CJC. No on this stream. No at on this stream. Gina's Craft says, hi everyone in panel and in Chatterland. Hello there, sis. How are you? She's Miss Bouquet. Miss Bouquet. Panzer Cat says, hi Gina. Dorcas says coffee, 32 Ford and the 70s Firebird. Nice. Can't beat a good old Pontiac. David Markey says hello Gina. Apple says hello Gina. That's nice. Dorca, what is that? The Pontiac with the short boot on it, or is that the Firebird with the sloping back and with the bulge on the bonnet with the eagle? David Markey says, hello, Gina. Apple says, hello, Gina. That's nice. Sprue and Glue says, hi, Gina. I already said that, haven't I? Plank. So, what's Sis had for breakfast today? Anything nice, Sis? You're not working today, Sis? 18. 18. And we've got Joffrey in, and he says, hi, Lindsay and chat. Hello there, Joffrey. Nice to see you. Gina's Craft says, hi, Sprue and David Markey. Apple says, is that the monogram or the AMT version of the Firebird, Dorka? Apple says, hi, Joffrey. And Dorkasaurus says, this Firebird has the shaker hood, no Firebird. Ah, I see. Panzer Cat says, hi, Joffrey. I know which one you've got. Right, now I'm looking for a part. Do I have to get my binoculars to find it? It's a very tiny piece, and I found it. Sprue, I found it. Joffrey says, hi, David. Gina's Craft says, no, a day off, just chillings. I don't blame you, sis, to be honest. I don't blame you. I go on this bit. 11 people in. Thank you very, very much. Much obliged. Much obliged. Okay, that's the key. Keys on top. Come on, get on. Don't miss me about. All I want you to do is stick on. That's all I want you to do. Come on, play the game. There we go. There's a little key there. You have to get it onto the key. Okay, so that bit goes with that bit. So we're going to do weapon now. So there should only be one lot of weapons left, which will be which one did I do these in? No, that's that one. Okay, so that's one of those. All those. You only get two choices anyway. So we'll have to have another one with this a bit. So we'll get a number 17. You have to have big cannons in it. I see on a Necron page, one of these spiders had been kit bashed and it ended up about that long. That's massive weapons coming out of it, and the tentacles coming out as well. It looked absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. The bloke get bashed it. I think he used all three of these to build the one. Then he used some weapons from a warrior on the front of it. It looked absolutely freaking awesome. Dorcas says Revell has the blue with white stripes and white with blue stripes cars on it. Cool. Nice. Absolutely nice. It's like I say, we're going to be here for about an hour, hour and a half, something like that. So I've got tons of crap to do today. Nearly stuck my hand then. Mind you, wouldn't have gone through my skin, this blade's blunt. Right, that's that bit. Now we need the carriage, which is 14 and 15. Dooby. 14 and 15. Okay, Panzer says Lindsay has tons of crap to do today. I may have had a crap that weighed a ton. Ew, yuck. Panzer. As the man said in RoboCop, behave yourselves. Panzer says, and yes, after dropping that off, I did indeed feel lighter. Panzer's laughing his head off. I bet you didn't. I bet you didn't go near a weight bridge, otherwise you'd have been overweight anyway. Still got 10 people in. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Okay. Do a bit more together. This is the carriage for the weapon. Okay. 12 and 13. 12 and 13. I remember they were on an edge somewhere. There we go. We've found them. Panzer says, I was sorely tempted to hunt out a rosebush and honour his lordship, but it's chucking it down outside. Wow. Well, I mean, what can I say, Panzer? You know, what can I say? I'm just now dumbfounded. Give us, give him a gold star. Didn't he do well? Panzer says, yes, you can't take me anywhere. Yeah, the second time you take you somewhere to apologise. Then it, Panzer. Okay. Right. That's one bit in. Okay, Panzer says, yes, you can't take me anywhere. Following Ghost is in. Morning, Following Ghost. Nice to see you. And he says, morning, everyone's. Panzer Cat says, hi, Ghost. Following Ghost says, hi, Panzer. Apple says, hi, Ghost. Following Ghost says, hi, Apple. So straight. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I was going to put that pin in. Plank. Okie dokie. Anything else I can make? Yes. Snake. That's snake. Make his tail. Okay. David Markey says hello, Ghost. Apple says I've been secretly the courier who brought my shipping was cursing as one bag was full of cans of soups and the others had various rice meals. I bet he was sweating by the time he got to the top floor. Florian Ghost says, hi David. Apple says shipping should read shopping. Yes, shoppings. Predictive text, eh? Predictive text. Okay. 12 in now. Nice. Enjoying the stream, guys. Don't forget to put your thumbs up. No, it's always a bit quiet when, you know, single streaming. I prefer it that way, really, because I haven't got to deal with a panel as well. So, how does that go? It goes that way. So, come on. What's going on here? It's probably me just being an idiot. Hands are not working too good today. Just hold that together for a minute. It's the Necron builder. That's it. Behave yourself and stick. Okay. It's got a swishy tail. Very swishy. Actually sits up that way. Actually. Like that. Ew. Fancy. Hey. Okay, Apple says, just had a call to arrange a home help for me after my bending eye operations. So it's coming closer. Yippee! You'll be all right, home help. Panzer Cat says it could be worse. It could be the naked builder. Wow. You only get a bronze star for that one. Just a bronze one. I have to get Sarah Jane here to put some vines out, I think. Okay, number 34. 34. Okay, do it 37 on that one. That one's got to go somewhere as well. Oh, we'll see. 35. Yeah, I don't want 35. I want 37, I think. I like that one. You do know you'll get all this back when you come back, Panzer. You know that, don't you? He says, damn, I'm slipping a measly bronze. Could have been worse. It could have been. Okay. So that is that way up. And it goes on the front like so. Okay. So that's all the assembly I can do on that. Because I need to start paintings. I suppose I could put these together. We'll give it the long tentacles, I think. I have to make 2, 4, 6 of these. Okay, 4 and 3. Okay, I want one first. Number 1. Getting confused here. It's 38. So I'm kind of being retarded here. Here it is, number 1. Number 1. No, that's an option. That's definitely an option. Where is it? Let's see. Before I glue anything, I will do a mock-up. A little bit confused with the instructions. Right, that's a number 1. Okay. Number 5. This has to be repeated twice. Number 5. Catch the chat up in a minute, guys. Just give me a minute. That's that bit. And then I need a 4 and a 3. I think one of those is an option. Number 1 or 3. Number 5. I think they're options. It's a little bit confusing. Okay. Catch up with the chat. Okay, Panzer says, damn, I'm slipping a major blonde start. TBG's in. Welcome in, James, house mum. And he says, hi, everyone. Panzer says, oh, I'm sure I will. Just remember, children watch the PPM stream. It's always the green room. Panzer Cat says, hi, TBG. Apple says, hi, James. TBG says, meow, Panzer. Apple, TBG says, hi, Apple. Panzer says, oh, tentacles, must get my hearing checked. Apple says, maybe you need Otex hearing fluid, Panzer, as advertised by Amazon of late. David Marcus says, hello, James. He's clogged with wax. Oh, no. That is not good. Oh, dear. It snapped. It snapped. Dear, oh, dear. That's not good. Must have had a weak point. Good job we got super glue. Get some stupid glue on it. See where it's snapped. It must have had like a crack in it for it to do that. Get the magic out. Okay. Be careful when I clean the other one up. In case it happens again. Panzer says, my Amazon insists I need to look at Star Trek t-shirts or hoodies, despite I've never purchased them. They're cool. I've got loads. Apple says, could be worse. It could be that other Star film series that your deputy is always finning folks for speaking of Panzercat. I think you've got some predicted text problems there, Apple. Okay, so I think that is the option. That one is the option with that. Definitely. So anybody bought any new kits lately? Any purchases? I know Panzer's been letting his fingers doing the walking. Okay, so that one goes. I think that fits. That bit goes there, that bit goes there, I think. It does. It does, it does, it does. Okay. So go like that. See, goes like that. Don't go like that, it goes like this. Dog's on the move. Yeah, my prodigal son has come home from work. There we go. Got a bit of glue on this. Never mind. It'll come off. That's your tip. Yeah. Need some tweezers. Otherwise, it's going to end up a sticky mess. Really. There we go.
Hello, Roxy. Hello.
That's one.
Hello. Right,
Yeah, I'm streaming. Okay, Panzer says, I've already said that. Panzer Cat says, I prefer Jerry Anderson t-shirts. Yeah, they're cool. Athel says, okay, fining should read fines, but as I am only seeing with one eye, it's remarkable I can still type. Oh, bless you, Athel. Panzer says, shh, don't. Panzer Cat says, I might have made a little purchasey. Ooh, he's made a purchasey. He's made a purchasey. That's only snag when you're laying around. Your fingers do the walking. Sit and watch your bank balance disappear. Okay. We know what we're doing now. Up to one side. Because I don't need that. Apple says that Kuba wagon, does it come with an officer and 2 military policemen, plus a bike and a cycler? Kuba wagon. Why did I snap this one? I did the other one. It's the worst thing when you get a bit of snappage. Okay. And here we go again. Trying to get so much glue on my brush this time. How professional was that? Wow. Right. I'll make some more. Panzercut says, yeah, it was a shock as I added things to the basket and I got to check out. Ooh. Panzer says it's the logic side of things, glue, paint, thinners, etc. that all mounts up. And we've got Mark's Mods in, and he says, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Mark. Nice to see you. Apple says, you do not need glue, surely, after what you showed the other night, Panzer. Panzer says at least all the orders were at the carriage free level. Apple says, hi, Mark. Panzercat says, hi, Mark. Mark's Mods says, hi, Apple. Panzer says, Mark Lindsay is picking on me. Everybody's picking on me. Mark's Mod says, hi, Panzer. Don't listen to him, Mark. He's up to his normal shady stuff. He's a naughty boy. Might as well get both of these out. That's two. And I need to take these out one at a time though. As I don't want to get them mixed up. Okay. Mark's Mod says, hello, David. Mark's Mod says, Panzer, I will have a word with him on Wednesday, laugh out loud. Oh, I see. Apple says, it's flashing rain now as a forecast. Panzer says, Apple, I like to keep plenty of glue on hand. You never know when all the retailers are going to be out of stock at the same time. Yeah, you never know. You just never know. Anything like the pandemic and glue, tummy glue was in a short supply. Took me and a friend of mine at least a week to find some. All our local hobby stores had run out because everybody did a panic buy. Drained the shelves. Absolutely drained them. Very inconsiderate. I wonder if people are still using up toilet roll. But I bought it by the garage full. Joffrey says, hi, Mark. Really? Come on, play the game. What you got to do is sit in there for me. Don't make a song and dance about it. We'll keep going till we've made all these tentacles. That's another one. As soon as we're finished doing the tentacles, and then we'll call it a day. I've got this one and two more to do. Limbs shady. Apple says, I am the same to a degree. 6 super glues, 10 Revel glues with Tube Plus terrain glue for my dioramas. Mark Smod says, I buy plenty of glue when I visit the range store. I get about 10 lots of it. Only problem is I have to buy something model related as well, because if I don't, I get funny looks at the checkout. Ooh, really? Mark Smod says, oh, they must think I'm sniffing it. Laugh out loud. Mark Smod says, hello, Joffrey. Mark the glue sniffer. Mark's Mod says hello, Joe3. Following Ghost says hi, Joe3. Mark's Mod says hi, Ghost. Panzer Cat says another thing that's disappeared from retailers this year is Mr. Service Black Primer. Not seen it in stock since January. Oh, wow. I don't use it, so doesn't affect me. But no, I know which one you're on about, Panzer. We tried places like MJR and Jad Lamb and mind you, if it's been out of stock since January. Probably the shipping container fell in the ocean, mate. You never know, do you? It's washed up on some beach somewhere and a load of tribal people are getting high as a kite on it. Do you know what? They must lose millions of pounds worth of stuff in the sea in containers every year. I bet the seabed is covered in them, especially when it goes to a depth that they can't reach for it. Sometimes they'll float for a while, but because they just leave them. Mark Smythe says Lindsay is addicted to glue activator now. Yes. Apple says I bought 2 full sets of Vallejo paint in carrier containers years back and stashed them, but searched under my bed and found them. So now I have stocks of Vallejo paint. Nice. It's a wonder they're still any good, actually, after all that time. 13 people in. Nice. As my sister would say, that's nice. Come on, sit there, behave. That's a good bit of plastic. Do as you're told. There we go. Ooh. This one wants to be a bit stubborn. There we go. 2 more to go. And then we'll call it it. Just realised I've got to cook my own meal. Oh no. But I know what's good I'm going to have. Yes, Mad Dot's going to have bacon, eggs, sausages, and tomatoes. It's going to have the Monty. I can eat what I want. Ew. without being, no, you can't have that, you can't have that because of your cholesterols. As long as I don't have bacon every day, I'll be all right. So next time you see me on Wednesday and I look like a piece of bacon, you know what I've been doing. Okay. Be the bacon buddy boss. We'll catch the chat up in a minute, guys. I think I might take this to an hour and 1:30, I think. Then I can finish that with one of the others off later. So I forgot I'm on StreamYard, so I don't really want to go over the hour and a half mark. So I'm going to finish these off screen. So as you can see, this is what we've got done so far today, which is good progress, actually, good progress. And then on the next one, I can start painting them. But the monoliths, I want to prime them. I'm not too bothered about priming these because they're small anyway, and I'll put 2 coats of base on it, so they should be all right. But the monoliths I've got to prime. So I'm going to quickly go up cameras. Catch the chat up first. Apple says it's okay. I've got a vibrator that can shake them up, Lindsay. Wow, Apple, wow. Panzer says, oh, blast activator. I need to order some cans of that next year. Apple says, carry out at Lindsay's tonight. Panzer says, that's another consumable I buy in bulk. Panzer says, Apple, you might want to reword that. Yeah, it does, doesn't he? That's smart. So Lindsay is eating Peppa Pig tonight. Panzer Cat says, anyone else imagining a rabbit with a pot of paint wedged in the ears? Okay, so we'll go up camera. If I'd have been on the other platform, I'd have just carried on. Okay, so yeah, so we made good progress. So yeah, so I'll see you on the next one, which is the PPM on Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and we have a gallery, so don't forget the gallery, guys. So see you all soon. Thank you everyone for coming in, much appreciated. Apple says okay, shaker for nail varnish. David Market says thank you for a great stream, you're welcome. So yeah, thank you everyone for coming in. Give it a good old thumbs up, and people in the background, thank you very much for coming in as well. And if you got some kind of advice, put the thumb up. And also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please take a look, and if you like what you see, give it a good old subscription, push the notification bell. Apple says being a blasty as usual. Right, so we'll say goodbye, guys. See you all soon. Bye bye for now.